Joy and peace are already here. This is a teaching that really all of the great traditions convey to us. Heaven is here on earth. Joy and peace they're already here. The traditions in their own way are inviting us to come under concepts and under the complexity of the mental plane or the mind, the complexity of the external world, and orient in such a way that we can connect to the simplicity of joy and peace that's already here. So first we have to acknowledge that joy and peace have a lot of concepts in this culture, so we have to kind of wade underneath those hummingbirds to connect to, if we take away all the unicorns dancing and leprechauns and big bangs of joy and peace and extravaganza, and we come to simplicity of this moment, we might actually find it externally. I'm super privileged and I live in the woods, so 2 hummingbirds flew by. Hummingbird, we might know, is representative of joy. And so in nature there is often a very clear revealing of joy and peace at its most simple base level. Now, if I'm not in the woods, or maybe it's stormy, my layers of perception are going to be clouded by the aspects of that, hummingbirds. And so if I want to look inward, and I'm going to have to lose that metric that big bang joy and peace are extravagant, and I'm going to have to invite my attention to come to what in this moment is simple. What from head to toes in my experience might have a resonance of simple joy and peace. So simple joy and peace. To help us connect to a simple joy and peace, we might be connecting with some experience head to toes that doesn't need to be fixed, doesn't require figuring out, that doesn't require something to be different than it is. Something in this moment that isn't a problem. So we slow down our attention to meander from head to toes, and we look inward. We let our attention meander in the actual factual of the sitting, breathing body. Doesn't matter what posture you're in or where you are. We're inviting our attention to connect to what is just simply simple. What is simply true in this moment that doesn't require figuring out, fixing, problem solving, analyzing, managing, right? Underneath the layer of mental managing. This is tough for a lot of us, right? What doesn't need to be managed right now? Now, my attention has been locating lots of these placeholders for what I'm referencing, but just now my attention went literally to my sit bones. The experience of my sit bones on the chair. My sit bones in this moment do not need to be managed. They don't need to be figured out. There's not a problem within my sit bones. I'm just noticing the resonance of sit bones and chair. There's a simplicity here. I can feel the brain is co-regulated, the nervous system is in co-regulation because things have slowed down in the mentaling, and my attention is now more here in the moment. And the revealing of the simplicity of sit bones is easier from a co-regulated place, to be honest. So I'm experiencing that co-regulation, and I'm experiencing the simplicity of sit bones. And when we connect to simplicity, what might be adjacent or nearby is a resonance of peace and joy. Again, not 4th of July, peace and joy. It's funny, the imagery that comes. Or something exuberant, right? But something very simple, maybe very sweet, just something very here. To the anxious part of us that is perpetually trying to figure things out, this can be both relieving to be connecting with a resonance that doesn't require our managing, like, oh, we get to take a break from that. But also it can be challenging because we're so used to managing everything. So really just inviting attention just to discover what doesn't need to be managed and see what simplicity comes with that, and then to hang out with that simplicity. When we lean into simplicity of experience, this is experience, not concept, then more of that will show up in our somatic attention. And I'm feeling that now up my spine, through my arms. There's just a very subtle flow of energy. It definitely mirrors that resonance of peace and joy. So I hope this is useful. Welcome to Wednesday morning on my patio.